Welcome to the Inside Slant. It's your boy Geroy Simon. It's playoff time. We are here. The road to the Super Bowl starts now. If you win, you keep going. If you lose, out of there. Let's pick the first game. The Cincinnati Bengals at the Houston Texans. Andy Dalton, AJ Green, going up against Arian Foster, Matt Schaub, and that great Houston defense led by J.J. Watt. Now, I think Andy Dalton and A.J. Green are good, but I don't think they get it done this year. They're still young. They still need some help. They have a lot of holes, but I think that Houston's going to beat them. I think that Houston's going to get it done at home. So I'm picking the Houston Texans in Game 1 of playoff weekend. Now, the next game I'm picking is the Indianapolis Colts at the Baltimore Ravens. Now, everybody's up in arms about Ray Lewis announcing that he's going to retire after this year. Ray Lewis, one of the best football players of all time. Not defensive, not offensive, of all times, both sides of the ball. One of the best to ever do it. I hate to say it because I'm in Baltimore right now, but the Baltimore Ravens are going to lose this game. I think that Chuck Pagano he knows this roster because he was a defensive coordinator here. Andrew Luck is a young and up-and-coming quarterback. I think that Chuck Pagano knows it. He knows this roster. He knows how to beat them. He knows how to get to this defense. Plus, the Ravens they're hurt on defense. Like I said, Ray Lewis is coming back. He hasn't been out. He hasn't been played in a while. Torn triceps. Terrell Suggs. He's wonky. He's not really playing that well because he's hurt as well. So I think the Indianapolis Colts are going to come into Baltimore and get a victory. I hate to say it, because I love Ray Lewis, and he's a great player. But I don't think Joe Flacco been in the playoffs 5 years in a row. I don't think they get it done. I think the Indianapolis Colts win this game. The next game I'm picking, the Minnesota Vikings playing against the Green Bay Packers. Now, please, Green Bay, you have given up 400 yards to one man in 2 games. Adrian Peterson has rushed for 199 yards and 210 yards in 2 games against the Green Bay Packers. Now, Green Bay, please man up. Please, I think you're going to win the game, but please don't let this guy run for more than, I'll say 100 yards. 100 yards. You will. You'll let him run over 100 yards, but I think you win the game. Aaron Rodgers is going to lead this team to victory. AP, the guy ran for 199 yards last week. He almost broke the all-time single-season rushing record, but he didn't get it. He fell short by 9 yards, and they only won the game by 3 points. So, going into Green Bay, I think AP rushes for more than 100. I'm not going to say he's not going to rush for more than 130 yards, but Green Bay gets this victory. All right. On to the final game, the game of the weekend, the Seattle Seahawks at the Washington Redskins. 2 rookie quarterbacks in Russell Wilson and RG3. Great decision makers and playmakers. Both teams are on they have solid defenses. This is a tough game. This is one of the toughest games to pick because both teams are very good. Both teams they're on a roll going into the game. They both have winning streaks. But a few things I got to look at in picking this game. Washington plays well at home. Unlike Seattle does not play well on the road. Seattle is 3-5 on the road. Come on, Seattle. We got to be better than that. You guys are 8-0 at home, but 3-5 on the road. I know you won your last 2 road games, but one of those games was against Buffalo, so that's kind of like a scrimmage. All right, Washington has the #1 rushing attack in the league. These guys can run the ball, so that means if you can run it, you can throw it with the play action. All right, Brandon Browner is coming back. Obviously, a CFLer. I got to give him some love. Brandon Browner, I'm happy you're back off suspension, but there's a few things that you gotta realize. Brandon Browner struggles with short, quick receivers, which Washington Redskins have in Santana Moss and Pierre Garçon. Another factor is going to be that Washington plays on grass, and all these guys have been playing on this turf, this fast, quick turf, all year. They got to go and play on grass, so that is going to be a factor. Believe me, it's going to be a factor. So, who am I picking? I am picking the Washington Redskins to beat the Seattle Seahawks in the game of the weekend, the last game of Wild Card Weekend. Okay. Now, a few things we're gonna do this week. What's the over under on AP rushing for over 100 yards? I say he rushes for over 100 yards. I'm going to say he rushes for 130 yards. No more, no less. 130 yards for AP. Green Bay, you got to get it done. You got to stop this guy somehow. All right, somehow. Well, I guess 130 yards isn't stopping him. You're containing him, but it'll help you win if you can slow him down. RG3, how many rushing yards, how many passing yards? I'm going to say RG3 he's going to run for 60 yards. All right? We'll say 63. He's going to rush for 63 yards. He'll pass for 225 yards and 2 touchdowns to win over the Seattle Seahawks. Russell Wilson, he's going to have to throw the ball because they're going to get down. So I'm going to say he's going to throw for 250-plus yards in a loss against the Washington Redskins. Okay, I'm picking the Green Bay Packers to beat up on Minnesota. I'm picking the Indianapolis Colts to beat the Baltimore Ravens and the Houston Texans to beat the Cincinnati Bengals and the Washington Redskins to beat the Seattle Seahawks. All right, last thing. Go on playnow.com and apply for, get your chance to win for the Ultimate Sports Den. That's where you and a few of your friends have a chance to watch the Super Bowl with no other than yours truly at Edgewater Casino. That's on playnow.com. That's the Ultimate Sports Den. This is Geroy Simon. It's the Inside Slant, and you know what it is. I'm out.